Hi guys, welcome back again. As per usual, just a sound check. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Awesome, good. So, I'm not sure what it's going to sound like with the engine of this aircraft, but do let me know if you can't hear me all of a sudden. Seems quite a loud plane. Marcel, um, yeah, I've recovered, but my ego hasn't recovered. That was pretty awful. Having said that, it seems like just reading on some Facebook forums pages today, it seems like other people have got issues with slippery planes. So I'm hoping it's to do with that and not my flying. God, this is quite a tricky plane to maneuver. So it's a new one that I bought yesterday before yesterday's stream. So it's pretty cool, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay, let's go for it. Just make sure. Yeah, I'm still learning how to operate this aircraft. Seems pretty straightforward, to be fair. Whoa. Then again. So I'm going to have to... So when I throttle up, it tends to veer to the left quite a lot. So I'm not sure what the... the weather conditions are, but yeah, there we go, that should be alright. Whoa, that's climbing like... Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. I think there's a lot of wind. That takeoff was effortless. I thought I'd try something new today. So I'm flying at Friday Harbour. I'm sure a lot of you will know where that is. That's the default airport. FSX loads the first flight when you first set it up. Friday Harbour. I think it's classed as the US, but it's pretty close to Canada as well, and Seattle. It's a pretty scenic place, although it's quite foggy at the minute. I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to see. Hi Happy Camper, hi everyone. Good to see you all on the channel again. So yeah, today I thought I'd try something a little bit different. So I'm running, I believe, the default weather, default clouds. Yeah, this is default clouds on X-Plane. So I'm not using X-Enviro or SkyMax Pro, and I think they've done a pretty good job of it actually. you know, it doesn't look as good as SkyMax Pro clouds. I think it's a bit better than X-Enviro clouds, but X-Enviro just does awesome sort of rendering of lighting and, you know, the sky and that sort of thing. Having said that, it doesn't look too bad at all, does it, for default? Show you my FPS? Yes, I can. Let me just enable that. I should just leave that on by default, shouldn't I, really? So, although I'm streaming, getting around 50, it was between 65, I think, or 70, excuse me, before I started streaming. It's more than is needed. It's a very smooth experience, which is good, and hopefully it's the same for you guys. Unfortunately, I'm having some trouble with my PC. You shouldn't be able to see it, but I apologise if it cuts out for no reason. What I'm going to try and do is let it just fly itself here while I try and do stuff in the background. Do excuse me, I do have to try and sort it out because otherwise I'm not going to be able to do it. So I'm hoping that it should hold there. I might go quiet for a few minutes, okay? Just bear with me. Hopefully we do, you know, very quick. Okay, yeah, something bizarre is going on, but I'm going to try and ignore it. So what I did, I overclocked my PC a couple of days ago. I was running typically around 4.6 gigahertz, and I've got it running at 4.8. So far it's okay, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. So it looks like I've found some cloud now, so I'm just going to get this beast down. Otherwise I'm not going to see anything. Can you all still hear me okay? This weather's pretty sucky, really, isn't it? So let me see if I can. I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah, there we go. Let's just up the visibility at least. There we go. Use something to look at. Better, isn't it? Yeah, I'm quite liking the default clouds and sky colours and that sort of thing. I think it looks pretty good. And of course the biggest improvement, apart from the visual aspect of it, is frame rates. I'm not getting any really, well, not too much of a hit on the frames. If you remember, prior to this, it would really screw you over running the default stuff. Thank you, Josh. Good to have you here. Happy camper. Is that any better? Hopefully the sound's a little bit better now. Let me know if it isn't. I can play around with it as usual. So carburetor ice. So see if that does anything. Yeah, so I'm quite new flying this plane. You notice that? There's a. Should we open the door? Might not be a great idea. I'm gonna save this view. There we go. Have that. The airport down there. We could attempt a landing, I guess. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Let's land there. So, for those of you who weren't on the stream last night, I mentioned to the other guys that I've set up a new Facebook group, which I'm running in conjunction with Luna's World. So I'm going to paste the link to it. Go ahead and request to join. We'll get you accepted on there as soon as possible. It's supposed to be a pretty laid-back Facebook group, and it doesn't matter whether you're into Explain or P3D or FSX. It's for anyone who really is into flight simulation in general, I'd say. So go ahead and join and post whatever you like. See, the thing is, one of the reasons I decided to set up the Facebook group, it's quite nice to be able to talk to you guys on the streams, but and I find some of you guys very knowledgeable in various things, and unless I'm streaming and you happen to join the stream, I can't communicate with you guys. And also some of you who want to speak to myself or Wayne at Luna's World, you know, unless you drop a comment on one of the videos, it's quite hard. So it's a nice, I think it would be a nice idea to be able to communicate that way. Anyway, you're welcome to join. Hi, Total Freak. Good to have you back. So that didn't seem to fix the carburetor ice. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. Let's see. Tank. What is that? Is that nav lights? It's just nav lights. Doesn't really do anything. Okay. Anyway, I don't think it's affecting me too much at the minute, so. So have any of you guys downloaded, for for those of you who are obviously using X-Plane, have you downloaded update 14 and how have you found it? For me, it seems to be really good. Pretty happy with it. A couple of issues with payware aircraft and whatever, but yeah, nothing else. The FPS is definitely, the performance is definitely improved. This is by far the best one, I would say, out of a lot of them. This is a mighty slow plane. I don't normally fly these type of planes, but I thought I'd try something different. Still, good fun. Whoops. Better not do that. I knew it was going to do that, but I just had the urge to click it, to open it. Sorry, Total Freak, are you saying that the sound's low? Or are you just saying hello? Yeah, I think most people are pretty happy with public beta 14, which is unusual. There's always someone who's you know, unhappy with one of the versions, and then there'll be other people who are pleased with it. I think there's more people that are pleased with this one. Although they're launching 15, if not today, it'll be tomorrow. I think they forgot to include some updates. I think it's mainly to do with SDKs and that sort of thing. But yeah, they said 15 will be with us soon. God, this plane is very slow, and I still managed to bounce it off the runway. It's quite hard to taxi tail draggers, isn't it? I certainly find it hard anyway. Okay, I'm going to try and turn up the sound a little bit, because a couple of you have already said that the sound's a bit low. Is that any better? Should be a little bit louder, hopefully. Okay, what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to change to the Airbus 320. In fact, let's, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just set something up, and I might give you guys the option to decide what we should fly. So guys, I'm going to let you choose. So I've done a quick poll. Let's go ahead and vote for your choice, and I will select the plane that gets the highest votes. I'll give it 60 seconds and we'll check the winning vote. So I'm going to do, whilst I wait, I can't remember what the iCal for this airport is, and I quite like it, so I think we'll stay here, or we'll take off from here. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, it's a close one. It's between 737 default and flight factor 767. We need a few more votes, guys. I really do like the Lancer, actually. We could do that next. In fact, I honestly I think I've just completely forgotten about that. I forgot that I had it as a default aircraft. Such a cool aircraft to fly. We need a couple more votes, guys. It's it's the draw 222. Oops, 737's in the lead. We'll give it 30 more seconds. Okay, it's between the 767 and 737. Oh, then again, someone picked A320. So yes, I do use Author for XP, but I haven't downloaded anything for the US. I think I asked previously on stream. I haven't found really a good source for the US. So if any of you guys know, I'd be keen to know. I've only sort of downloaded stuff around Europe, and I use Bing for that. Level 16. It's been pretty good. Okay, so it has been decided. Flight factor 767. So let's go for that. Now, truth be told, I have not tested this in this beta. So, just putting that out there, because if there is trouble with it, then we'll have to change. I do have a split community. That's cool though. At least you know, everyone is putting their favorite option. We could probably try the 737 after this. I'm not going to do any sort of serious flight, as you probably would have worked out by now, but let's see what we can do. So that's interesting. The first thing, I don't hear any sound. Let's see if there's a problem. Sound is enabled. Can you guys hear sound? Because I certainly can't. I wonder if it's to do with the fact it being idle. Nope. Yeah, I can't hear any sounds in this aircraft, so that must be a bug. Very interesting. Let me just switch it over again. Let's go to 737, since that was the second choice. How do I get the 767? You can get it from the Org store. It's a payware aircraft. It's made by Flight Factor. They've got the 757, 767, 777, and Airbus 350, and I think they've got some other stuff, I'm sure. But yeah, so the sound works on this. So that must have been just a glitch with. I did warn you, and to be fair, I haven't tested it before for this stream. Anyway, that'll do. We can fly this for now. And what we can do, I think, let's have a look. Do a short hop to Vancouver. Yeah, why not? So what I'll do is take off this runway here. Okay. Let's go for it. Yep, looks very wet on this runway. I quite like that effect, but I think it's a bit exaggerated. I think it needs to be. It needs to look more like water, a little bit more transparent and less exaggerated. Yeah, it looks a bit extreme, doesn't it? Thank you, Car1. That's the link to where you can find all the payware stuff. I spent far too much money on that site. I think I have over 1,000 points or something. Pretty sure I can get something for free now. Yeah, it makes a change flying around here. I normally only fly around Europe, but I thought I'd try something different today. On last night's stream, I had quite a lot of you guys from the US, and here we go. So that's the first thing that I noticed. A lot of people mentioned about aircraft being slippery with a default aircraft, and that was definitely slipperier than normal. But anyway, should be alright. Yeah, so there was quite a few of you from different parts of the world. Not so many from Europe, mainly because of the time I was streaming. Thought I'd experiment a little bit and had a completely different audience. Sure, there was a few of you who you're not new to the stream, but there were a lot that were. Love the lighting in X-Plane. The lighting, especially at night, is just amazing. Look at that down there with the cars and the street lights. It's just really cool. Okay, so I think we need to fly northwest. Hi Alex, good to have you back on the channel. It does look a little bit like a sandstorm, doesn't it? That's awesome, Happy Camper. I always wanted to go to Canada. It's definitely on my list. Hopefully soon I get to go. Very jealous. Ash, I think you've been on the channel before. I do remember you're from Scotland. No problem, Kawan. I find I personally find it frustrating when I'm watching YouTube videos when they're not sort of at high quality. I appreciate not everyone can stream at that sort of quality because of bandwidth issues or limitations of their computers and whatever. Excuse me. So I thought the least I can do is stream at a fairly decent rate. Now, when I flew this aircraft earlier, I did have issues with it. Excuse me. Got this nasty cough. So it wasn't, the autopilot wasn't playing ball, but it seems okay at the minute, so I'm not gonna, hopefully I won't jinx it. Seems to be okay at the minute. Thanks, Alex. Thanks for joining. Hope to see you again soon. Ah, sorry, Ash. Maybe it was a different Ash. But yeah, sorry. I thought I recognised your name, and unless it was different Ash from Scotland. That they need to fix. I shouldn't be able to see an airport God knows how many miles away through clouds and fog and whatnot. Same with that. Not sure why it does that. It's a bit bizarre. Thing is, I don't read or see many people complaining about that, so maybe I'm just being fussy, but to me that's very unrealistic. I know, it's something is definitely bizarre about the engine modelling in the new updates, but I know they're working on it, and hopefully they'll get it near perfect soon enough. I think this is a pretty cool for a default aircraft, don't you think, guys? It's pretty impressive. All the lighting works, brightness levels. I like it, it's really cool. Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? See the reflection of the city lights just below. I mean, it sounds pretty good too. I love the fact that you can see the cockpit display in there. The other thing which I find quite bizarre in the default aircraft is the fact that there's no pilots. Not all default aircraft, I know some of them do. But the jets definitely need pilots in there. It looks a bit odd. It's planes flying with no one flying it. There we go, that's a pretty cool view, isn't it? So we can get it even better. I like playing with this kind of thing, just trying to find the perfect shot, take a picture, try and get the engine in. There we go. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Sorry, there was a slight pause there of me taking a screenshot. Just do another one. Quite like that view. Wow, you're totally new to flight sim altogether. That's amazing. Well, I think you're starting at the right time. You don't want to see all the the rubbish that we've had to go through with other sims. Hi, X-Enviro. So that's the 320 Neo. I can fly it shortly. First, I'm going to fly, once I land, I'm going to fly the Lancer, and then we can fly the 320. Hi, Epic Zeus. Good to see you again. Caravan, I think, yeah. I think there's a big difference between 10 and 11. I have gone back to 10 a couple of times just to see. The performance of it is pretty good, but that's because it's not really using anything advanced with regards to rendering and that sort of thing. It's bound to be better. There's a lot going on in X-Plane 11. So just flying over the airport now. Let's see what wind direction. (130 at 7). Okay. So we'll go for one of these runways. Actually, we can go for that one. 130. That'll do. Let's move across here. Do the same. Okay, I'm going to have to probably fly over the city. It's probably the wrong thing to do, but we're in a sim. We can do whatever we want, can't we? Wow, Old Dirty Shirt. Nice name. I think you're new to the channel as well, if I'm not mistaken. But hope you had a good flight. You arrived in Frankfurt after a 6-hour flight. Where did you go from? US to Frankfurt? No, I think that's probably not long enough, is it? Epic Zeus 14 is definitely the best, performance-wise. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Although I noticed some of the default clouds are not completely optimized. So when I took off, if you remember guys, it was around 50-60 frames, and now it's dropped to 25. I'm pretty sure it's not because of being close to the city. It's to do with these clouds. These clouds look a little bit different, but it should be okay once we get under them. Pretty sure of it. But you have to admit, they look pretty cool, don't they? Definitely an improvement. Oh wow, 9-hour flight. Okay, let's see how we're doing. All looks okay. Yeah, it's all good. Let's just do a slight turn. Okay, so localizer is active, and so is a glide slope, so we'll just wait a little bit and then we can turn for final. So it looks like it's raining too. There you go, you can see the frame rates has jumped up. So this, my feeling is something to do with some, you know, the various types of clouds. Wow, from Dallas, that's quite a long flight then. Oh, that's a bit of a strange reflection. I think could be the moon. Okay, let's get this down. Okay, slightly off. Just need to correct it. Well, Epic Zeus, yeah, go ahead and update it, but not sure if you were on the stream earlier, but they're updating it to 15. If not today, it'll be tomorrow. Okay, I need to drop this beast a little bit. So I wonder if I'm gonna, for those of you that were on the stream yesterday, you'd have seen when I landed, I couldn't stop the plane, so it just ended up sliding off the runway. It was very embarrassing. But having read some posts on Facebook, it seems like it could be an issue with version 14. I love how someone described it on Facebook. They said, I've got a problem with my plane. It seems like the wheels are soapy. It made me laugh a lot. It's such an amazing description. Okay, let's get rid of this thing down. X-Avioni, for me, there's definitely improvements with performance in version 14. Most definitely. Noticeable. William Tell, I saw a post by one of the developers at X-Plane, and he mentioned that they forgot to update a couple of things, so they're releasing 15 within 24 hours. Yeah, it's very wet out there. Check out that lighting, it's just amazing. Incredible. I'm slightly off the glide slope. Sorry if I'm a little bit quiet, I'm just trying to concentrate. I don't want to embarrass myself again. Looks like a quite a wide runway. I'm sure it's wider than normal. Wish me luck, guys. Come on. Down you get. Let's go. Yeah, we've got plenty of room, right? We can do this. Phew! You have no idea how worried I was about that one. Flared for a while, but wasn't too bad, was it? So, believe it or not, I'm not using X-Enviro here, and you can see the lighting in the distance, sort of like halo effect. That's something you normally only get in X-Enviro, so you can see they've been working hard on this. Amazing, amazing detail. It's very wet. I can't say I've ever seen it that bad in the wet. So I do think it's a little bit exaggerated. What do you guys think? I think they need to turn it down a little bit. Let's just stop it here somewhere, that'll do. Epic Zeus, you must have pretty powerful PC to be able to do that. I tried monitors and I get a big hit with their frame rates, which is not good. So you're quite lucky to be able to do that. So where's that Lancer gone then? I haven't flown it for a while. That's why. That's why. Okay, let's go for it. Let's dump this thing on the runway again. There we go. I do have the HD, I think it's by Mr. X, isn't it? The HD taxiways and runways. Yep, that is enabled. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to see what it looks like at night. Yeah, it's pretty dark, isn't it? Let's go a bit lighter, I think. It's a bit too dark. Ah, here we go. The famous moonlight. Get this lovely halo effect. I don't know. I have no idea why they don't just sort that out once and for all. Literally everyone complains about it. They must be sick of hearing people talk about it. Anyway, let's do a short flight in this, and then we can pick somewhere different and fly the 320. I think we're back at Victoria, aren't we? So guys, for those of you who recently joined the stream, so this is default sky, environment and clouds. Default in X-Plane 11, version 14. As you can see, if you're not fussed or you don't want to spend money buying X-Enviro or SkyMax Pro 4, you don't need to. And if you see my frames, even while streaming, which is pretty impressive, I'm getting around 50 FPS. It's normally much lower than this, so I think they've done absolutely amazing job of that. It really does look good. Very cool. They're clearly not sort of high def looking or anything like that, high definition, but still, I think if they were, then we would see a performance loss But no, I quite like it. I think it's pretty good. Epic Zeus, yeah. I mean, when I switched off the second monitor, I just went single display. I gained about 15 FPS or maybe more. So you might want to test it. So I just have my laptop next to me, my MacBook Pro. I just do stuff on that instead. William Tell to change the time. It's as the other guys have just mentioned, K or L. So as you can see, that's darker, that's lighter, and if you hold Shift and do KL, it does it much quicker. See, the rest of you always got my back covered. It's good. That way I can concentrate on what I'm doing. I think something that does need improving, for me anyway, is the trim on X-Plane. So I've got aileron trim set on my joystick and I'm having to constantly battle with it, as you can see. And elevator trim as well is a little bit sensitive. So if I move it a tiny bit, you can see it's not too bad on this aircraft actually. On other aircrafts it's a bit more noticeable. So X-Enviro, how are you finding SkyMax Pro 3 on XP11? Epic Zeus, that's pretty impressive to be fair. 37 frames with two monitors, one streaming and one flying, that's really impressive. I've got the GTX 1080, what have you got? Hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so I'll get the TI. Apparently you get a 35% boost over the 1080, which seems crazy. I don't know how accurate that is, but the other thing is I'm not sure whether X-Plane is going to benefit from that, but there'll be one way to find out, I guess. Yeah, I think this doesn't really do anything. Aha, yes it does. So definitely want instruments on, cabin. I think that definitely doesn't do anything. I think the light there is the reflection from the sun, isn't it? So, X-Enviro, I'm flying the Lancer, which is from X-Plane 10. It's not a default plane in XP11. Technically it is because it's available on XP11, but it's from X-Plane 10. And the location is Charlie Yankee Yankee Victor, I think, or Charlie Yankee Yankee Juliet, I can't remember, but it's Victoria. Hi Dan. The haze, I mean you can sort the haze, let's change it a little bit, let's double it. If you're not happy about the way the haze looks still like that, you know, from my experience of flying, I would say that's pretty realistic. I've seen other sims where you can see sort of unlimited. That's definitely not realistic. I'd say this is pretty close. It's a little bit foggy here, I would say, close up, but that could be just to do with the time of day, more than anything. IVA, so it depends how you fly X-Plane, but I have it set the realism to I think medium or high, so you're always having to battle with the controls. it will not just fly straight and level. So I use aileron trim and elevator trim. I used to have rudder trim, but I haven't needed it really. Yeah, that's the thing, Caravan. I'm not sure whether we would see 35% improvement. I mean, if we did, that would be pretty impressive. But I guess only one way to find out. I mean, you can see now I'm running what? It's pretty smooth, 50, 60 FPS at times. But it's only going to matter at the times where you've got sort of heavy scenery, payload aircraft, that sort of thing. That's when it's going to be important. Fair enough, Dan. So 25%. What is that really when we're talking about improvement in X-Plane? It's hard to tell really. If that's really the case, you might, in my case, I might gain 10 to 15 FPS. I guess it makes a difference, doesn't it? 10 FPS, it really does. So you never know, it might be worth it. Dan, I'm sure you can still use, not at the minute, but I guess once it's finally released, but you can use Terra Haze. I quite like Terra Haze in XP10. You can play around with the haze and lighting and that sort of thing, so you could probably still use that. That effect there is a bit not too sure about. Looks a little bit unrealistic, doesn't it? A bit cartoony. If I change the time. Again, it's not too bad for default really, is it? What we can do shortly is load up X-Enviro and see how it compares in the scenery. Yeah, I hate that. When you're really into a flight and then it just crashes. That's never good. Yeah, well that's the thing, you see, with SLE. Unfortunately X-Plane doesn't support SLE. Imagine if it did. If we had two 1080s. Oh, that would be something. I think I'm not going to even attempt landing at that short runway there. Or shall we? Yeah, what the hell. Be a boring stream if we didn't try something challenging. Can get the air brakes out. Get this thing slowed right down. Air brakes tend to work quite well on this aircraft, I find. Okay, maybe a bit too fast. Okay, I think I've dropped a little bit too much, but that's okay. Need this as slow as possible. Yeah, that's right, Dan. It would be good to have proper multi-core support. I was playing around with just checking stuff out on my machine, and I can see it's using the other cores, but all cores are not being used 100%. In fact, they weren't even at 50%. So it's a bit bizarre. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not technical enough to understand how all this stuff works, but I would expect it to be using, you know, if it's struggling, use 100%. But it definitely wasn't. Let's get the landing lights on. Yeah, I think we should be good on this runway. Doing just over 80 knots. Yes, exactly, Kawan, I agree. I always have to keep telling myself it's just a beta. Although, I mean, can it really get any better? I guess it can. They're constantly tweaking code. I think this is the thing about FSX. They left it in a state where it wasn't very optimized from a code point of view. Otherwise it would have been a fairly decent sim, especially with all the add-ons that are out there for it. I guess that's what Lockheed Martin are trying to do with P3D, constantly tweaking it. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot slipperier than this. Quite lucky that time. I quite like this area actually. It's pretty cool. If in that direction there, we've got Seattle. Bit of a distance to fly, but won't take very long in a jet, I should think. That's interesting, X-Enviro. So, is it better with hyperthreading enabled? Excuse me. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to stop here and I'm going to switch to X-Enviro. But if it's horrible weather, I might just switch it back to this. Otherwise we're going to end up with not being able to see anything. Okay, let's see. Boom, instantly. Well, how about that, guys? The thing that I've just noticed immediately, look at my frame rates. So X-Enviro gave me a FPS boost. I'll never understand this. Interesting. Well, I never really noticed with hyperthreading. So let's do a flight in A320 Neo, because someone asked if I could do that. And we'll start back where we took off from just a second ago. Except I'm going to take off west, east. I think we'll go east. Hey, Mr. Snuffle Bunny. Good to have you back. It's true, $70 and you get 15 FPS boost. To be fair, I think X-Enviro gives you more than just that. I do like X-Enviro. It does add a lot more realism to the experience, I find. Okay, so the weather isn't too great here. Let's hope it's different when we reach Seattle. That's where I'm going to fly to, guys. I'm going to fly to Seattle. So, if we take off from here, I think in Seattle's just up this way. Yeah, there it is there. Where are we? There we go. So we need to go southeast, I think should do it. Let's get all the lights on. Yeah, that's good.
Flaps 1, flaps 2.
Hello Gemster, welcome to the channel. Let's get rid of this. Guys, can you just let me know if the sound is okay? If the sound's not too overpowering over my voice? Although some of you probably prefer to hear the aircraft than my voice. I think that's pretty impressive that I'm still managing 50 FPS with a payware aircraft. That's pretty cool. And it's a pretty detailed aircraft, I would say. I changed the engines, so they're a lot bigger than the standard ones that you normally fly with. PW engines. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Looks good. Good, good. I'm glad the sound is good for you guys. So, before I take off, so for those of you who recently joined, I would like to invite you to join our new Facebook group. I'm just going to paste the link. Okay, go ahead and join the Facebook group, and when you request to join, I'll get you accepted shortly. Looks like 6 of you have already joined, so let me just get you approved. There we go, welcome. Good, good. So for those of you who didn't hear what I said earlier, so I've set up a new Facebook page. So it's for everyone to go on and post their pictures of X-Plane and FSX, P3D. I'm not too fussed really. So it's myself and Wayne from Luna's World. We're both the moderators on that page, and it's just an area where we can chat to you guys, because obviously we only get to chat to you guys on these streams, but I think it'd be nice to chat with you guys on the Facebook page whenever we need to. And I certainly will be doing some of my giveaways on Facebook, so if you're into that, go ahead and join. Not sure about Wayne, but I'm sure he'll be doing something. Look at the detail on this, it's just amazing, isn't it? You can turn up the lights as well. Amazing. Even the shiny display, you can see the reflections, that's cool, isn't it? Okay, should we go flying? I think so. Hi JW, good to have you back. Give you the key to 320. Whoa, quite a lot of you just joined that channel. Okay, let me just get you approved. There we go. You guys are on it today, aren't you? Very good, very good. Okay, let's go for it. Let's go flying. Just make sure I've set everything. I don't want to crash this beast when I'm up there. Excuse me. Okay, that's all good. I'm going to set this to... Let's fly up to 15,000. It's probably a little bit too high for the distance that we're travelling, but I hate when that happens. We use the scroll. Just do that instead. Just ends up zooming in on the view instead. Where are we? There we go. Good, good. Good evening, Paul. Good to see you back. Hi, Gemstar. I think you're new to the channel. I don't recognize your name. And Javier, welcome to the channel. This is not the 320 FS Lab, no. This is the JAR, J-A-R 320 Neo. Now, I do warn you, this was the plane that I ended up skidding off the runway when I landed yesterday. So I can't promise it's not going to happen again. JAR design, it is. That's not the view I wanted, nor that one. Hoping to get this view here, that's more like it.
Too low. Gear. Flaps 1. Standard Vero cross check. Passing flight level 004.
So I've obviously got X-Enviro loaded on this flight, guys. You can see the weather's already turning a little bit better, isn't it? Let's stop the wipers, it's getting a little bit annoying.
Speed check. Flaps 0.
Set the speed. Okay, so... Okay, I think I've screwed it up a little bit. Yeah, this has happened before where I've
Autopilot 1 cross check.
broke the autopilot. Okay, let's get it to the altitude, that's the main thing. Let's More like it. Good, good. Sorry, just catch up with all your comments. Is it possible to load the A320 Neo engines running with V3? Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Yes, as Gemster just said, FreeLF, welcome to the channel. Yeah, two different companies. I don't think they're associated in any way. And it's raining again. So, for those of you who don't know, X-Enviro uses real weather, so that's why it's constantly changing. So let's see, where's Seattle? I'm not doing any sort of clever navigation. I don't have time to set up. This is a bug, by the way, in public for beta 14. We had it back in some of the old betas where the map sometimes doesn't load. You have to keep reloading it until it works. Eventually it comes up. There we go, it's trying to fix itself. So where are we? There, so we need to turn now. Okay, let's reduce the rate of climb. Hopefully we should be able to see it on navigation display. There we go. Yeah, we're heading the right way. That's good. So back to comments. Let's see. How's it with the throttle? It's a little bit shaky. You'll see on landing, it's a bit jumpy. Same goes when you're trying to land this aircraft. It's not. It doesn't like straight and level all the time. Paul, I think they are going to add historical weather to X-Enviro, and I think also, from what I understand, they're going to allow you to change your own weather too.
There is too hot in the cabin.
Too hot in the cabin. Okay, look at that. Doesn't that look great? It's brilliant. Really good. There we go. We can sit at this view for a little bit. Yeah, you can do full automatic, like the Boeing with the Airbus. For me, I don't think it's quite as easy as the Boeing, but still does what you need it to do. That's pretty cool with the sunlight just off the wing there. So I've noticed quite a few of you new to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, I would very much appreciate it, and go ahead and like the video too. It encourages me to do more of these kind of streams and record some videos for you guys. So how are we doing? Yeah, we're still about 60 nautical miles. It's all good. We can speed this baby up, I think. So I've set my joystick, some of you already know this, but I've set it up so I can move around freely in the cockpit. So for some reason I'm getting a FPS hit all of a sudden. No idea why, but whatever, it could be to do with the changing weather, I don't know. It's a bit inconsistent. Let's change the heating settings here, because she's going to keep moaning at me otherwise. I think the impression I get from the streams that I do, most of you prefer the airliners. Am I right in thinking that? Can't beat that view. It's an awesome view. No, actually, car one, I've turned it down to four times. I only have it on 8 times when I'm not streaming, because yeah, that does give me a big drop. But for some reason, I think OBS is part of the problem with my frame rates when I'm streaming, because when I'm not streaming, I don't have these kind of issues. So I don't know whether it's leaking memory or I don't know. I'm not sure what it's doing. Free LF? No, I haven't flown Aerosoft, not recently anyway. When I switched to X-Plane 10, before they launched XP11, which was about 7-8 months ago when I switched from P3D, I did not want to go back. I love this way too much. Just not had the need to want to go back, really. Just feel it's so much better. Yeah, for me, I prefer airliners, but you know, on the stream, I'm happy to do anything you guys want to see. So if any of you guys want to see something different, let me know. No, I didn't actually understand what you meant about the throttle. If you want to try and explain it again to me. Sorry, maybe I'm being a bit stupid. Okay, let's get this thing down. Oops.
Spoilers full.
Hi Marcus, welcome to the channel. It is a nice plane, yeah. I do like this. Looks pretty good. There you go. It's pretty cool scenery for you guys. I was thinking about this earlier actually. We need to bear in mind that X-Enviro hasn't been updated for a very long time. There's been at least, I'm sure, 5 or 6 beta versions. We've had X-Plane 11 since they updated X-Enviro to 1.06, I think. But that's only going to get better too. I think they're probably waiting for X-Plane to finally get released. Which makes sense really, doesn't it? Thanks X-Avioni, thanks for joining the stream, hope to see you again soon. Good night.
Spoilers full.
Wow, 11:06 AM. You must be in Australia, William. Ah, I see what you mean, Freelef. I think with the Airbus, if I was to idle my throttle, it will automatically disconnect the throttle, auto throttle. And I think if I move my joystick as well, it will disable autopilot. Pretty sure Boeing doesn't do that, but I could be mistaken. Some of the other guys would probably correct me if I'm wrong. Thought as much. Yeah, that's some time difference. Almost what 11 hours different to mine. It's midnight here for me on Sunday morning. I'm not confident I think I'm probably not gonna descend quick enough to land at Seattle. I can just about see Seattle there on the right. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think I might have to take a slight detour. I'm gonna decrease the rate of descent as well, because I need to slow this beast down. So I'd love to know where you all guys from, so just type in the chat where you're from. I like to do this on my streams. I'd love to know where you guys are from. See what sort of mix of people I have. Might as well set up the ILS now. Let's go for that one. That should be all good. Okay, let's turn towards the runway again. Hi, new Guns N' Roses. So my CPU is a K4790, 4790K or something like that. I can't remember. i7, and I'm running it at 4.8. Seems stable at 4.8. Haven't tried going higher, but I might try. Wow, very big mix of people again. That's good. Hi, IL Destroy. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, I mean, you all probably have to learn how to fly this thing. It is modelled on the real thing, so I don't think it's just, you know, obviously you can just get in and fly it. If you want to learn all the systems and that sort of thing, I think you need to do it properly. Okay, I think we're getting close now.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
So I'm going to do a manual approach now. I'm from the UK. So I noticed quite a lot of you guys on the stream tonight are new to the channel. So welcome.
Speed is not okay for next flaps
Yeah, I'm going
position.
far too fast. I often struggle to slow the speeds down. Even a full spoiler. See what I was saying about the jumpiness of it? So it's gone a bit berserk now. Maybe that's a bit better. Just do nose up, that'll slow it right down.
Speed is not okay for next flaps
Okay, come
position.
on, slow down. I'll get undercarriage down, I think.
Gear down.
It's too fast for undercarriage, but it's the only way to
2,500.
slow it down at this rate. Okay, how are we doing? It's very hazy here in Seattle. Just flying over Boeing Field.
Speed checked. Flaps 2. Spoilers full.
I'm actually going to land it on 16 right, or C. I think it's C. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to concentrate here. I had a bit of an embarrassing moment yesterday landing this. Okay, I made it a little bit darker so we can see some lights.
Pull up. Terrain, terrain. Pull up. Terrain, terrain.
Speed checked.
Pull
Flaps
up.
3.
So obviously for those of you new to X-Plane,
1,000.
another cool thing about X-Plane is sloped runways. As you can see, Seattle, very slopey. There you go. Look at that one there.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
Actually, when you're using X-Enviro, X-Enviro only does real weather, so I don't need a weather engine.
500.
Seems to be quite a lot of downdraft here. It's pushing me down quite fast.
400. 300.
Yeah, it's very slopey.
200.
Yeah, this is current weather in Seattle,
100.
so at least it's not raining.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Whoops, a bit of a bounce there.
Spoilers full.
Luckily this runway is a bit longer, so I shouldn't have any problems slowing this thing. Phew. I was worried I was going to have another embarrassing moment, but I think we're good.
Flaps 3. Flaps 1. Flaps 0.
Hi Peter, welcome to the channel. Good to see you again. Let's go and park this up and we can do a replay of the landing. Ah, now I get claps. Slight delayed reaction. I think it only does it when you slow down below 50 knots, I believe. park it here, I think, next to these big jets. Actually, I quite like this view here. Just makes it a bit easier when trying to park.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Arrival Airport. For your safety and comfort, we ask that you please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain
There we
turns
go.
on the fasten seatbelt sign.
I mean, the level of detail on this plane is just amazing. Look, you can even read what's actually written on there.
Please check
So
around
cool.
your seat for any personal belongings you may have brought on board with you, and please use caution when opening the overhead bin,
There we go.
as any article may have shifted around during the flight.
Of course, I can use my joystick to move around on the ground as well if I want to.
Thank you for joining us on this trip down. We look forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.
Okay, so let's watch the replay, and then I'm going to call it a night.
Flaps
Go
full.
back to about
Flaps 2.
here, I
Flaps
think it'll be
0.
okay.
Flaps full.
We'll do a couple of different views. I quite like this view.
$500. 400.
So another, I'm just going to, for those of you who've recently joined, I'm just going to
300.
paste the link to our Facebook group, so go ahead and join.
200.
If you want to keep up to date with what's going on.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20.
Oh, that was quite a nasty bounce. See how sloped it is. Plane's going to disappear now. Okay, let's go
Speed
back
check.
again.
Flaps 1.
Speed,
check.
speed,
Flaps
speed.
2.
Let's change the view. Let's watch it from this angle. Something a bit different. Yeah, I agree, Paul. It's pretty
Speed
impressive,
check.
really, isn't it?
Flaps 3.
Just
1,000.
proves how good they've coded this. The guys at Laminar Research. I actually saw Austin Myers, so the owner of Laminar Research, the guys who developed X-Plane. I saw him at one of the flight sim cons here in Britain.
Speed check.
I think it was back in October. Him and one of his partners, I guess, business partners. And I was surprised how small their team is. I'm sure he said it was like 4 or 5 developers, not even that maybe.
500.
Pretty impressive, really. But no, they've done a very good job of this, I must say.
400.
I didn't realise how shaky it was till I'm watching it from this view.
300.
If I was a passenger, it would have been quite a shaky flight.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20.
Comes the bounce. Yeah. I was late deploying the reverse thrusters too, air brakes. For some reason the air brakes are not showing in the replay. Not sure why, but could do one more replay.
Speed, speed,
Let's do
speed.
this view here. I quite like this. Yeah, it certainly is. I think the future is
Speed check.
bright for
Flaps
X-Plane.
3.
Looking
Speed
forward
check.
to
Flaps
what
4.
else is to come. And I think more developers are going to jump on this to make payware stuff. I mean, there's already some amazing stuff, and I think it's barely scratching the surface.
500.
So I think it's going to be good.
$400. 300. 200. 200, 100, 50, 40, 30, 20,
Check out that slope. Amazing, really. Makes such a difference not having flat world like you do in P3D. Yeah, William, I think you're probably right. I think it's probably closer to 48 hours when they launch 15. Sounded pretty stressed out when he was talking about it. They must be under a lot of stress, to be fair,
Flaps 1, flaps 0.
trying to get this perfect before they launch it. Yeah, it's not a view I normally see on YouTube. It's a little different, isn't it? Look at the detail there, seriously, amazing. Incredible, it really is incredible. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, as I say, welcome. Please go ahead and subscribe and like the video if you did like it, of course. And go ahead and join the Facebook group. We'll be doing some giveaways, and there'll be awesome stuff shared on there, no doubt. And generally, you know, everyone can have a discussion about X-Plane and P3D and whatever. But thank you all for joining, and I hope to see you again all soon. Goodbye.